The H1B Guy here, and today, the H1B Guy news for the week ending February 2nd, 2024. Today, I'll cover H1B Lottery for fiscal year 2025. Registration opens on March 6th. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, to please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube and like this video so that I can continue to produce more content like this for you. I also wanted to mention the H1B Guy offers a variety of consulting services. I help businesses and individuals solve complex work authorization issues in the recruitment process while bringing awareness to employment based immigration benefits. If I can help you, please reach out. I'd love to hear how. And you can book an appointment directly with me via the H1BGuy.com. Today's news is brought to you by Syndesis, the ideal plan B for high skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain, by PERM.com, the industry providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase verification process, and by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional with work visa related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner Mob Squad has a solution. Join the squad. Now, the news. Well, on Wednesday, January 31st at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, I was joined by my good friend, Sophie Alcorn from Alcorn Immigration Law, where we discussed all things H1B lottery, some of the H1B reform that we'll cover in this post, as well as discussing immigration reform as a whole. The timing of the live stream could not have been any more perfect for us, as on the previous day, on January 30th, of course, as many of you know, the news broke about several of the H1B changes that would be taking place over the next couple of months. If you haven't had a chance to check out that live stream and interview with Sophie, please go ahead and check it out. There was a lot of great conversation. On January 30th, 2024, USCIS, in a news release titled USCIS Announces Strengthen Integrity Measures for H1B Program. Quote, USCIS today announced a final rule to strengthen the integrity of and reduce the potential for fraud in the H1B registration process, including by reducing the potential for gaming the registration system and ensuring each beneficiary would have the same chance of being selected, regardless of the number of registrations submitted on their behalf. USCIS is also announcing the initial registration period dates for the fiscal year 2025 H1B cap and the launch of an online filing option for Forms I-129, Petition for Non-Immigrant Workers, and Form I-907, Request for Premium Processing for H1B petitioners. H1B registration final rule. This final rule contains provisions that will create a beneficiary-centric selection process for registrations by employers, codify start date flexibility for certain petitions subject to the congressionally mandated H-1B cap, and add more integrity measures related to the registration process. Under the beneficiary-centric process, registrations will be selected by unique beneficiary rather than by registration. This process is designed to reduce the potential for fraud and ensure each beneficiary would have the same chance of being selected, regardless of the number of registrations submitted on their behalf by an employer. Starting with the fiscal year 2025 initial registration period, USCIS will require registrants to provide valid passport information or travel document information for each beneficiary. The passport or travel document provided must be the one the beneficiary, if or when abroad, intends to use to enter the United States if issued a H-1B visa. Each beneficiary must only be registered under one passport or travel document. USCIS is also clarifying requirements regarding the requested employment start date on certain petitions subject to the congressionally mandated H-1B cap to permit filing with requested start dates that are after October 1st of the relevant fiscal year, consistent with current policy. Additionally, the H-1B final rule codifies USCIS's ability to deny or revoke H-1B petitions where the underlying registration contained a false attestation or was otherwise invalid. USCIS also announced the fee schedule final rule. The rule will go into effect after the initial registration period for the fiscal year 2025 H1B cap. Therefore, the registration fee during the registration period starting in March 2024 will remain $10. A new edition of Form I-129 with the H-1B registration final rule and fee schedule final rule changes will soon be available to preview on USCIS.gov with an edition date of April 1st, 2024. The H-1B registration final rule makes final some provisions proposed in the October 23, 2023 notice of proposed rulemaking. Note that DHS intends to publish a separate final rule to address the remaining provisions contained in the MPRM. For fiscal year 2025 H1B cap initial registration period, the initial registration period for the fiscal year 2025 H1B cap will open on noon Eastern March 6, 2024 and run through noon Eastern on March 22nd, 2024. During this period, prospective petitioners and their representatives, if applicable, must use a USCIS online account to register each beneficiary electronically for selection process and pay the associated registration fee for the beneficiary. On February 28, 2024, USCIS will launch the previously announced new organizational accounts in the USCIS online account that will allow multiple people within an organization and their legal representatives to collaborate on and prepare H-1B registrations, H-1B petitions, and any associated Form I-907s. Also, on February 28th, USCIS will launch online filing of Form I-129s and associated Form I-907s for non-cap H-1B petitions. On April 1st, USCIS will begin accepting online filing for H-1B cap petitions and associated Form I-907s for petitioners whose registrations have been selected. Petitioners will continue to have the option of filing a paper Form I-129 H-1B petition and any associated Form I-907 if they prefer. However, during the initial launch of organizational accounts, users will not be able to link paper filed Form I-129s and I-907s to their online accounts. As a reminder, USCIS recently announced a final rule that will increase the filing fee for Form I-907 to adjust for inflation effective February 26, 2024. If USCIS receives a Form I-907 postmarked on or after February 26, 2024 with the incorrect filing fee, we will reject the Form I-907 and return the filing fee. For filing sent by commercial courier such as UPS, FedEx, or DHL, the postmark date is the date reflected on the courier receipt. So this was a significant news release and a lot for us to cover. But these updates are ones that we've been hearing about, and now USCIS has made it official. This is why we're going to dedicate really the post to clarifying the changes. And first off, the biggest is the H1B lottery um, for fiscal year 2025 will open for registrations on March 6th, 2024 at 12 p.m. Eastern and run through March 22nd, 2024, ending at 12 p.m. Eastern. In my post on the H1B lottery for fiscal year 2025, what you need to know, I predicted it would open on March 1st and run through March 22nd. So I was half correct, but I do find it odd that the portal will be open for 16 days. It's an interesting number and doesn't really align with what we've seen previously. Second, the H-1B lottery registration fee will remain at $10 per beneficiary for the petitioning employers. And this is significant because this is something that we've talked about really over the last 3.5 years on this platform. However, it is worth noting that the fee is slated to increase for next year's lottery for fiscal year 2026 to $215. But the most significant change is what our good friend Sophie Alcorn referred to on Wednesday as one passport, one shot. I've since added one person to the equation. And what this means is that individuals can have multiple petitioning employers register them in the H-1B lottery. However, they will only be entered into the selection pool once by using their passport number or travel document as a unique identifier. If the individual is selected and has multiple offers for employment, they will be allowed to choose which employer to submit their H-1B application. This is significant because it will allow the individual to be able to work for their employer of choice depending on their own personal preference. While I still believe we'll see at least 300,000 plus registrations, or as I previously stated, 325,000 plus registrations. I don't believe that we're going to see the historically high number that we saw last year of 750,000 plus. And I think that we'll see that number be significantly reduced for the fiscal year 2025 lottery. And last, USCIS will begin accepting electronic I-129 applications on April 1st, which is a huge step in the right direction in allowing USCIS to go more digital. This is also significant, and then it clearly sets a date for when initial H1B applications can be submitted for those that were selected from the lottery, with the window most likely remaining open for 90 days until June of 2024. So if you're an employer or an individual considering an H1B lottery registration, as of the time of this post, you have 33 days remaining to be prepared for when the portal opens on March 6th. All in all, some welcome and common sense changes to help eliminate duplications and create a fairer H1B lottery system. For the full post on the H1B Guy news for the week ending February 2nd, 2024, please check out the H1BGuy.com. And a reminder that today's news is brought to you by Syndesis, the ideal plan B for high-skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain. If you're facing an H-1B denial or OPT expiration, don't get caught off guard. Make sure you have a plan B, and Syndesis and Path to Canada are your answers. They'll gladly help you navigate the process. If you'd like to find out if you qualify, please be sure to use the link in the video description below, and someone from Syndesis will be in touch. By PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. If you're looking to reduce your cost and overhead associated with PERM labor certification recruitment advertising, let PERM-Ads.com help you. And by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner Mob Squad has a solution. Mob Squad helps technology professionals facing U.S. work visa related uncertainty remain working with their current U.S. employer nearshore from Canada, as well as technology professionals from around the world who are seeking to find a rewarding opportunity in North America. Through their partnership with the Canadian government, they can obtain a Canadian work for you and your spouse, as well as for weeks. So whether you're looking to stay working with your current U.S. employer or you want to find a opportunity in Canada, please, the team at Mob Squad can help you via the link in the video description below. Ask you again, please like this video, subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube, and click the bell for notifications so that you're notified anytime we post new content here to this channel. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Really appreciate your support. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.